I asked ChatGPT to build a £100,000 investment portfolio designed to deliver growth over the next 5 years. In this video, I'm going to break down the full set of prompts that I used and the recommendations that it gave me. And stick around till the end to find out what I think it missed. Let's get into it. So like a lot of people, I've been using ChatGPT for all kinds of tasks. Researching content ideas, researching travel recommendations, researching gift ideas for my girlfriend and how to keep her happy. But please don't tell her this. But then I had a genius thought. How could I use ChatGPT to make me money? I asked ChatGPT to build me a £100,000 investment portfolio, and boy was I pleasantly surprised. So I asked ChatGPT the following question. Hey ChatGPT, I'm looking to build an investment portfolio for growth over 5 years. I have £100,000. What should I invest in? ChatGPT suggested a mix of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, index funds, ETFs, and real estate investment trusts. And it gave me a helpful overview of each of these, which was great. And then I asked it to recommend stocks and ETFs based on research in the market. And I also asked it to provide its basis for those recommendations. And hey presto, it came back with 7 stocks and 5 ETFs for me to look at. Hey, quick one, if you want to make a really smart investment decision, go ahead and click execute on the like and subscribe button. That way you won't miss any future investing tips and insights. It really helps the channel too. Thank you. First off, it recommended Apple, the tech giant, citing its strong brand and ecosystem, ongoing innovation, and financial strength. Next up, Amazon, another tech giant. ChatGPT referenced its e-commerce dominance, diversified revenue streams, its online advertising dominance, and its diverse product portfolio. ChatGPT also likes Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google. This offers exposure to search, advertising, and various emerging technologies. Next up, Microsoft, another tech behemoth. ChatGPT recommended this for its cloud computing growth, software dominance, and diversified business model. ChatGPT also likes Visa, the global payments company. It sees Visa benefiting from the shift towards cashless transactions. It likes its global payments network, plus its exposure to e-commerce growth and its steady revenue growth. ChatGPT also suggested Johnson & Johnson, the global healthcare company, which has a strong presence in pharmaceuticals, medical devices, and consumer health products, plus strong recurring revenue and a stable business model. And it also likes consumer goods giant Procter & Gamble, or P&G, which is known for its portfolio of popular brands, offering stability and consistent dividend payments, making it attractive to income-seeking investors. Alongside these 7 stocks, there are 5 ETFs that ChatGPT recommended. First, the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. This provides broad exposure to the US equity market with a low expense ratio. ChatGPT also likes the Invesco QQQ ETF. This tracks the performance of the Nasdaq 100 index, composed of the largest 100 non-financial companies listed on Nasdaq, with an emphasis on technology companies. Next up, the iShares MSCI World ETF. This offers exposure to global equities from developed countries across various sectors. ChatGPT also likes the ARK Innovation ETF. This focuses on innovative and disruptive companies across various sectors with a focus on technology, genomics, and fintechs. Plus, it's the only actively managed ETF on the list, which makes it even more interesting. And finally, ChatGPT suggests looking at the Vanguard Growth ETF. This aims to track the performance of large-cap US growth stocks. ChatGPT really likes its diversified growth exposures. So that's the list. But there's one other thing I really like about ChatGPT's responses, and it's that it recommends I analyze and research any investment options before making an investment decision. And it also reminds me that my capital is at risk and that past performance is no guarantee of future returns. So how has this ChatGPT-generated portfolio performed? I built an equal-weighted portfolio in Excel, allocating 1/12 of the £100,000 to each stock and ETF. I then calculated the total 5-year return as well as the annualized return for the whole portfolio. The results were really surprising and really encouraging. For context, let me just break down what the broad market indices returned. In the last 5 years, the S&P 500 returned a total return of 61% at an annualized rate of 10%. The Nasdaq Composite Index delivered a total return of 82% and an annualized return of 13%. And the MSCI World Index, which represents a basket of globally diversified stocks delivered a total return of 54% and an annualized return of 9%. However, the Chat-GPT portfolio did better than all of these. In fact, you would have doubled your money with the Chat-GPT portfolio. It returned 99% with an annualized rate of return of 15%. What are the positives? First off, I think it's amazing that even a novice investor could go to ChatGPT and get a decent set of recommendations, including simple explanations for why those investment options could be attractive. Second, when I've gone to ChatGPT to ask it to build me a portfolio, it's come back with a diversified set of stocks and ETFs, which have outperformed major global indices on a 5-year basis, which I think is incredible. Third, in my view, many of these suggestions look good on a forward-looking basis and not just looking in the rearview mirror at past performance. Many wealth firms and asset managers today are recommending tilting portfolios towards tech innovators, and that's what this ChatGPT portfolio does. Plus, there are a couple of great defensive stocks in there with Procter & Gamble and Johnson & Johnson. So what are the negatives? Okay, so the first negative is that despite this being a really good list of well-known stocks and ETFs, there's no fundamentally forward-looking analysis being done here underpinning these recommendations. A professional investment analyst or portfolio manager certainly wouldn't be basing their investment decisions on this featherweight analysis. The second negative for me is that it does seem like ChatGPT is a little out of date and a little bit conservative with its recommendations. For example, it makes no mention of artificial intelligence or aging populations or other mega forces and trends that are driving markets on a forward-looking basis, as mentioned in my recent video covering BlackRock's mid-year outlook. And the third negative for me is I really don't like the inclusion of the ARK Innovation ETF here. That fund garnered a lot of media attention in the pandemic, and it went through a pretty dramatic boom and bust, which to me really signaled that there was a lot of hype around the fund, but not great investing fundamentals. And if you look at historical performance, that fund has only delivered 7% total return in 5 years. That is way below other leading technology innovation funds and way below broad stock market indices. It wouldn't go in my portfolio. So how can you take action? Well, I would recommend talking to a qualified financial advisor before taking any big investment decisions. As much fun as ChatGPT is, it doesn't know your personal circumstances, your risk tolerances and preferences, and your personal time horizons. As ever, your capital is at risk and past performance is no guarantee of future returns. However, if you are going to make investment decisions without financial advice, as many do, then I would suggest looking at whole portfolio funds that offer broad market exposures, and then tilting your portfolio to sectors, themes, and markets that you really like. And if you want to throw in some individual stocks that you have high conviction on, then go for it. Just don't go all Wolf of Wall Street and bet the house on wickedly volatile penny stocks or crazy cryptocurrencies. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Until then, keep investing selectively and effectively.